let's just really talk about a guy that's been playing since game one, surprised the masses to the point where, bro, he's in the talks. In my opinion, he's in the talks for MVP right now. And I'm talking about my guy, DeMar DeRozan, bro. People don't give him his flowers. He is balling right now, bro.
The best shot I've seen of his season was the 1 foot, like type of Dirk fadeaway kind of type of shot. He was like a jumper, and he jumps back on 1 foot.
Which one? He did it twice. He did that.
I'm talking about the Pacers one. Did you see the Pacers one? What I'm talking about is the Pacers one.
That's the one where he hit it in the corner, right?
Well, no, the one where he was in the mid court and he just like, I don't know what it looked awkward as hell. He just like hopped on a foot and faded away. It was like a Dirk 3-pointer. I'm like, what the fudge? This man just comes out.
Net.
It was all net. It was like the defender looked at him crazy. Like no one anticipated him to just do a little like hop step 1 foot 3-pointer. Like he hit a great shot. But we've seen like he's played good. People forget, and I've said this before. I said this on one of my past shows, where I'm on other people's shows and stuff. I said Levine and him are a top duo in the league. They're not the best, but they're a top 5.
Oh yeah, they definitely top 5 for sure. Like,
I didn't name off duos, but I think Clay and Steph are in there when they're fully healthy. We've seen that, and like I said, Giannis, Middleton, Levine, I put in that conversation.
That's a fact. Like a lot of people don't understand, man. We done turned up to they done turned up to the max, man. But not only do you see DeMar DeRozan going off, like you see a lot of players going off now. Not the fact that they coming back from COVID protocols.
Like I said, we saw Trae Young come right back from COVID, right? Guys, he is the best player over the 10-game stretch where you look at, right? The best 10-game stretch you've seen of this season. 36 points, 10 assists, 3.5 rebounds, 48 field goal percentage, 36.7 3-point. That's not terrible at all. That's good. 94 free throw percentage. He's shot really well. And the 10 assists he's averaging doesn't even explain his playmaking. But one thing we look at, right? We looked at his 56-point game.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at that game, I look at it as the true definition of team basketball. This player went off, right? Played probably the best game that we've seen of this current season. Mm-hmm. And he still lost. And people fail to realize when you talk about a player, a great player, right? You look at the stat line and you think of how good this stat line is, and they're still losing. Yeah, I think it's team basketball, and I don't think people realize that sometimes. Like people really, they get stuck in their own heads to the point they don't understand. Team basketball gets you winning basketball. You're not going to win when one player goes for 56 and then the rest of the team combines for 40 points. You're not going to win that way. They can't finish, and that's one thing I've had a critic on. I've had that critic.
Their defense alone is crazy. I'm glad that Trey called them out. You even got Brian Windhurst right now talking about Atlanta's open for business. Like they ready to make some trades, bro.
They need to, and I'm not saying John Collins isn't worth the $25 million he made. It was something. It was like 5-year 120 or something.
Yeah, something like that. But I think the average is about 22, 25 million, something like that.
I know what I mean. I'm going to look at stats because I haven't really seen, like, when he's healthy, right? He's out, right? Okay, I'll give him the credit, right? But since getting paid, right, he's averaging the same amount of points on less field goal percentage when he's played. The numbers are the same, right? His third season in the NBA was his best year, 22-10. Mm-hmm. That's when I thought of him as a star, right? I'm not saying he isn't a star. He can't be a star. I think him and it's John Collins. Him and Trae Young are a great duo, but he signed a one. Okay, so no, it was 5-year, $125 million, $25 million a year, right? I'm not saying it's not worth to pay him that money, but did he deserve $25 million for his stats?
It's a lot of people in the league that got some contracts that don't deserve it at all.
I'm not trying to say when I'm not trying to sit here and say that he doesn't deserve money, but what you have to do when you get paid big money, right? And
you gotta produce.
You got to step it up a notch when you play. He's playing more minutes, putting up the same amount of points on less field goal percentage. Efficiency has gotten worse. I'm not saying maybe whether that's him taking the wrong shots. Not gonna say it's that, but morally, either on Trae Young to get him more shots and pick and roll, because that's what they're the best at. When they ran the 22-10 season through him, right? They ran it through him as a second option, as a pick and roll power forward. That's what he is. He's not a floor spacing guy. He can still shoot 37%, sure, but that's not what he's mainly good at. He's a pick and roll guy that can get you points, attacking the rim. So use him to his strengths and get him to the basket.
Nah, that's a fact. But it's crazy though, right? Because when you look at Atlanta, it's like, who exactly do you give up? Like, I know for them, me just tapping in and, checking out their team, I can definitely say Gallinari needs to get up out of there. I can definitely say that they need to figure out what they're going to do with Boogie. And off the rip, they need to really figure out if Cam Reddish is a piece that they need. Because I feel like with them, if they let go of Cam Reddish, I feel like that of all moves is going to hurt their team. They need Cam Reddish.
I'm telling you right now, Cam Reddish is that future at the small forward. And here's why. The defense he brings is electric, right? I'm not going to sit here and claim he's a top 5 defender, right? We know he's not, right? But Cam Reddish's defense is simply just too much to give up on. He's probably the only competent defender I know on that team right now. Think about it.
It's about him, though. Do you say this, though? Is he really starting to become the player that we thought he was going to be? Like being that next, like Paul George type of player 2.0-ish? Because that was the comparison. He's starting to like come alive to that to me.
Listen, and I'm not gonna sit here and hate on him. He's been in and out of lineup all year with COVID, right? He's had COVID, I think, protocol twice or so. That's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to have efficiency, right? Or to continue that. But what I'm seeing is he's having a career year of points, the best field goal percentage of his career.
Because he's finally getting minutes.
And he's playing the defense. This is on Atlanta, right? Play him to his core, start him, play him 30-plus minutes a night, and you can and utilize him. I'm not going to say this is too far off, but you could utilize him as a third option and see what you get out of him. I mean, we saw him in 2 games without Trae Young around, 34, 33. We saw 18 out of him in one night. We saw 14, and it was all great field goal percentage. It was all in great defense. We know he can be, right? He's 22 years old. Am I saying he'll ever be as good as Paul George? No, but he can be a Paul George kind of player where he can be a good second, third option, and he can play good. Looks like he is currently not hitting his shots. Sometime realizing he's got 3 points in the 6 minutes, 1 for 5. So make your shots, boy. But hey, listen, I'm not saying that he can't be good. He is definitely able to be good. He's 22 years old. Develop him right, and you will get a Paul George type player.
That is a fact. But swing it off from that whole aspect, right? And we leave Atlanta. Let's talk about how we got a guy named LeBron, 19 years in the league, comes back from COVID protocol, and my guy is dropping, like literally averaging like 30-something points a game right now, bro. Like that makes no sense to me.
I'm not saying he's not playing good, right? I'm not gonna do that. But what I'm gonna say is
Malik Monk. That tandem of LeBron and Malik Monk right now, they're turning up, bro. They are turning up.
What I want to know is why is Russ not gone? He doesn't fit the system, right? We've seen this. Come on, we've seen this long enough. You're 20-19, 7 seed. Get it together. Make the trade that's made, right? And I've said this from the start. There's only one point guard. If I were them, right, I think fits him perfect, right? It's not no Dame.
And who's that?
I think it's Lonzo. Pass first, great defensive point guard. He helps defensively, and he can help set up the offense. I'm saying I think he can make, and he doesn't turn over the ball. He doesn't. He makes the right reads. And he's one of the best defensive point guards in the league. Like he's averaging.
The Bulls letting him go. Like the way they.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying they do, but I'm saying if you really had to go after a point guard, because they can't get Malcolm Brogdon. I saw someone said because he just got contract extension, so I don't think he can be traded for a while.
Nah, he can. You just gotta wait for the February. I think it's 2nd or 3rd date.
Okay, yeah,
that's what everybody's waiting for.
I don't know if he'll. I don't know what's gonna happen. Right, and so we look back on this free agency, right? The Lakers could be in such a better position if they would have just gotten the guy that made more sense. DeMar DeRozan, they had that deal locked up. And what did LeBron do? Because this is what LeBron wanted, right? He wanted Russ. You got Russ. You got 2019. Don't be a 7 through 10 seed. That's all I gotta say.
Me personally, I don't even feel like it's just only Russ. It's like, bro, you traded for Russ. You could have had either DeMar DeRozan or Buddy Hield. Then on top of that, like look at Anthony Davis, bro. You ain't getting no play out of him. He always hurt. And then the fact that we still gave him top 75 player to get that, like that's the reason why him and Dame right now are doing horrible, because they got accolades they shouldn't have got, and now it's coming to backfire on them, bro.
And as far as I know, Dame's season's over, maybe.
Nah, I know he's out another week. I know that much.
Oh, okay, I know that, but if you're the Blazers, trade him for some young pieces. I know it sounds crazy, but you can't build around him. You haven't been able to do it for 10 years. You haven't been able to do jack shit in the playoffs. Not saying it's Dame's fault. Get him somewhere he can win.
But where are you going to get him to?
I mean, we've seen their GM. Who's one player he wants? Ben Simmons. I'm not saying that's like completely fair, but again, if you want Ben Simmons that bad, you can't pair those two up. You can't. There's no trade that's going to work
at all.
And what does Philly want? They want Dame.
It's not going to mesh well. Like, it would have been good if Portland was willing to give up CJ McCollum, but they're not even willing to do that.
I don't know what it is with Portland, because I'm not saying that Anfernee Simons can't be something, but we just saw that boy go off.
And that's, I was just regulating that to my homeboy the other day. I was like, bro, the way that he went off, bro, Dame is out of there, bro. Dame is out of there.
No,
he's about to go to him.
Bro, I think they should just, because Dame can't stay healthy, and I don't think he will be healthy in a week, right? I mean, I'm not saying, I don't think they're going to win a championship, right? They're not making the playoffs.
Oh, they definitely not. They're not winning no chip.
They need to figure something out, right? Just rebuild, right? Get some picks, do something, whatever you can, right? Get Dame out of there, get CJ out of there, rebuild. And Anfernee Simons is a player you can build around. 23 years of age, and he just put up 42, my boy. He's the future there, I think.
Matter of fact, not only is he...
Don't they have Gary Trent too?
Huh?
Or is that...
Toronto got Gary Trent Jr.
Okay, no, I was tweaking for a second.
You know what's crazy, bro? And this is like mad random, but I just got breaking news. DeMarcus Cousins just got waived from the Bucks. Like, he just got waived. Like, it's packed him up, bro. Like, dang, bro. Boogie, I'm sorry.
And
I mean, A is done. So just let it go.
Let's keep it real, right? As you're saying this, right? This is breaking news, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of teams, like, as you're saying this, who could use a center more than anybody? I'm thinking of it, and I'm not saying this is gonna happen. I'm saying this probably should happen. If I'm saying, you look at the Warriors center, he's 6'9". How tall is DeMarcus Cousins? Isn't he 7 foot?
Nah, DeMarcus Cousins is probably like 6'11". I think he's like 6'11".
I'm gonna look at this, right? This Cousins. Right. Let me see.
I think he's like 6'11".
He's 6'10", 6'11". Okay, never mind. Okay. I was gonna say you could. I mean, here's the thing. Realistically, the Warriors just want a small, like a center that you can utilize off the bench, or start from now until you get James Wiseman, who's 7 foot. Maybe you put him because he can shoot the three. I'm not saying like this. We saw how the first time went. DeMarcus Cousins kept getting injured. We saw him play. I don't know how he's done, but I mean, all he really needs to do is be able to play all right defense next to Draymond Green, and he's an all right defender. Like, I'm not saying this will happen, but that's the thing that the Warriors should look for. They need a center above 6'9". Because the guy is 6'9", he's small as hell, and as a center. Like,
they center as who? Otto Porter, right?
No, that's Kevon Looney, bro. He plays as center.
I forgot Looney was even in the league.
I mean, I'm not saying Looney's terrible, but he's only. I mean, I don't want to look at his height and feet, bro. He's 6'9". He's like 220 or something, like 200 or something like that. He's really short, small. He's small compared to most centers in the league. But again, that's an interesting move. I mean, like I said, that's just to, help you guys until, you get James Wiseman back, because we don't know when he's going to come back. I mean, I'm going to look at the latest reports on him too, as we, let's see, what did they say? Looks like they gave an update here.
About what?
1 day ago. It's a meniscus. Yeah, we know that.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. The way it's looking like with Boogie, he just need to pack up. He really just needs to pack
James
up. James
okay, I did not realize this. Oh.
What happened?
We might not see James Wiseman for a bit now. So 8 days ago, it was reported something. I did not see this, but he had hit a setback in his return. So he was in the G League. He hit a setback. I'm going to guess by the end of February, he'll be back. But meniscus injuries are very serious. I don't recommend this, guys, but I had one of those and I didn't do the surgery or whatever you're probably supposed to. Don't recommend it, but again, I didn't do it right.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. Like that's not something to play with.
No, it's not.
It's not something to play with, bro.
It was a harsh 3 to 4 plus months of my life. I wish I could get back.
No, that's a definite fact, bro. I already know.
Like I said, we look at, the MVP candidates. Currently, I think, and this is a guy that's not even being named. I don't know why, but I think Trae Young should start getting in that discussion here soon.
Nah,
if the team starts winning.
Over the top 5 they got right now. Like, bro,
no, I'm not saying over the top.
Bro.
He should be in the top 10, bro. He should be in the top 10.
Even. Nope, not even. They don't. His team's not even winning. I don't care. His team's.
I mean, he needs to get the fuck out of Atlanta. I'm not gonna lie,
bro, man. Trae Young.
I'm not even lying. That's one issue that they've had over the past 3 years. It's closing games. God damn, they just can't close games. And it's weird just watching. You can't do that. But I think last time I checked, Giannis was winning the MVP, and he could win it because of how good he's played. I mean,
nah, Giannis ain't getting that. No, I'm telling you right now. The way the A is moving, it's legitimately between like 2 people right now. It's between Steph and it's between DeMar DeRozan. Them 2 is going blood. Like you got to think about it. DeMar DeRozan is having the Kawhi Leonard effect, how Kawhi went to the Raptors for their first year. Like,
I'm not saying
those are the number 1 in the East right now. Like, go look at the standings, bro. Like, do you hear me say? Do you hear that? Last year around this time, they were like 31 and 41, bro. These dudes are like 28 or 25 and 10.
Well, they're like 25 and 10, right? And this is listen. I'm not saying he shouldn't get it. I'm not saying that. I'm just naming all players that could be in that contention, right? I don't know what the actual top 5. Let me look.
Give me an actual top 5 right now. I could definitely tell you my top 5 would be Steph. It would be DeRozan.
Like I said,
this is no order. You would definitely have Ja Morant in there. You would definitely have
Giannis.
The way Embiid is playing and Giannis. Those are my top 5 right there. Embiid,
so what happened to Kevin Durant?
I ain't worried about Kevin Durant, bro. I can't be worried about it because the way Kevin Durant plays, that he's gonna always do that. That's him. That's what he does. But is it really helping your team? Not really, because he's always got an excuse for something. He's always, bro, no matter what, KD's stat line never changes. It always remains the same.
Bro, he's
over
Ja, dude. He's over Ja, dude.
Not at all, bro.
Ja's averaging 25, and they're a 5 seed. I mean, if we're being realistic, right? like media-wise, right? And that's why I call it realistic because the media, let's be honest, worst way they determine the actual awards, right? I mean, we already know some of the awards, I think, at this point, like most improved. Who's actually most improved? I'm trying to think. Because
most improved right now would definitely be like a DeMar DeRozan case because nobody expecting him to go off the way he's going off.
you could say Jai's he's averaging like an increased 8 points. His rebounds are like up 4 or something, and the team's winning. He could be in that. You could say Jordan Poole. He's played excellent this year.
He would get most improved. Like him and DeMar would be in the same category. Him and Jordan Poole. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. If anybody will win most improved, I'm sorry. It'll be Andrew Wiggins, bro. Because he already played like an all-star. I almost
Andrew
Wiggins. Scratch everything else I just said. Andrew Wiggins caught that.